Hey guys, Scott here. Today I want to talk about something I've noticed recently in the 6.5.0 patch for DBD where it seems like some generator placements and some map generation has been kind of wonky. I've noticed a very strange absence of hooks on the new Eyrie of Crows, and also there is a seems to be a break in the rule for generation of generators placements. Where normally generators cannot spawn too close to each other. If they are, they'll be moved to somewhere else, and that's to prevent absurdly easy to protect three gens from the killer. But for some reason, this patch I've seen it on three maps so far. There are generators spawning extremely close to each other. So RPD, for example, is one. You can see there is a generator right to the left, and then there's one right in front as well. These are not supposed to spawn this close to each other. At the very least, this generator on the left is supposed to spawn on top of the staircase, which is a bit further away and a bit more manageable. This is like almost one lunge distance away from each other. There's also a generator right above and to the right in one of the offices, which basically makes it an uncounterable 3-gen if the killer's got call up, Rhine Eruption, and all that stuff. You can't do anything about that. You can't break this because killers will just sit in this area for the entire game until there's one gen left, or the one gen left to do, and then you're just stuck in this 3-gen, and you're just completely screwed because the killer can just basically delay the game forever at that point. So that is one of the first ones I noticed. Siptonic sent me an example from Haddonfield. Haddonfield is also screwed up, where normally there are 4 generators in this section of the map, and it's already one of the worst 3-gens in the entire game. There's one on the porch, one in the house, and then usually one in the dead zone field in the far right corner. For some reason, a generator can also now spawn in the street next to this, so you have a 4-gen sometimes, and they are so close to each other that a killer can stand in the middle of it and actually just like lunge to all of them. It's absurd. You cannot beat that. If the killer has a 3-gen build, the game will literally go on forever. And I think things like this are becoming a problem. I've also noticed this on Eyrie of Crows. I don't have a picture of it right now, but I noticed the exact same thing on Eyrie of Crows. One was at Shack, one was at like this little like divot in the ground loop, and then one was at a jungle gym right next to it. They were all like 10 meters from each other. It was it almost seems like it's bugged. That should not be happening. Additionally, I've noticed the new Eyrie of Crows maps just doesn't spawn hooks in the back, so if you go down on the back, you just can't hook people, but that's sort of a separate issue. The main issue is there seems to be a whole new slew of 3-gens that have been created when the main community complaint has been for 3-gens and eruption and all that stuff. So I'm not sure if this is a bug. I can't imagine they would intentionally do this because, I mean, if you just look at it, obviously it just looks ridiculous, right? So I wanted to hear from you guys if you've noticed this on any other maps, because like I said, I've only noticed this on 3 maps so far, but I only played about 10 different maps yesterday. So there's like the other half of them that I might not have noticed. So if you guys have noticed this, I would like to get as much information as possible. Then maybe we can, have a good conglomerate of information to give to the devs to show, hey, this is not right. We have 3-gens that are completely unstoppable now. We need to probably spread them out a bit more. Look, I think 3-gens are a totally fine mechanic for the game. Like Azeroth's Resting Place is a 3-gen that you can really try hard to break. It's very killer-sided in my opinion, but you can still break it because although the gens are on the same side, they're not within touching distance. The killer still has to walk, 7 or 8 seconds to get to another gen, which is enough time for you to run early, which makes it not worth it going over there. And so through a war of attrition, you can eventually win. When you have scenarios like this, you can't win that. The killer will just call a Brine Eruption, kick these every time. Eventually, one of you will make a mistake. Eruption starts, call a Brine starts. You just can't win that. The game will last forever. It'll be a stalemate at the very worst. So, yeah, I think they need to look at what's going on here. If you guys have seen this in any of their maps, let me know in the comments so we can try to get that information to the devs and so they can look into it because, yeah, pretty problematic. Other than that, that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.